Hello YouTube, this is Austin Culbertson. This is the second camera review on my photography channel, and we're going to go over some of the functions of this camera, and then we're going to look at some sample pictures. This is a point and shoot, and I'm not the biggest fan of point and shoots because, well, I guess I'm a little bit snobbish. And the ironic thing is, what got me into photography is a Holga, in the grand scheme of things. So, yeah. One feature I really don't like about this, but it's okay because it didn't ruin it, is that this takes AA batteries. And for a long time, when I came across cameras that took AA batteries, the batteries leaked and ruined the camera. So when I do turn this camera off and don't use it for a long period of time, I will take the batteries out. Just to kind of go over some of the buttons that you have. You have a... Let's see if I can get this to focus. You have a switch right there, and that wakes up the camera, turns it on. You have a switch back here, you might be able to see, and that pops up your flash. It has some stuff in the frame, and just to let you hear the shutter, there's the flash. That wasn't really intending to flash you, but there you go, I flashed you. When you turn on the flash, you're going to have a little window right here, and that's going to turn orange. That lets you know that the flash is ready to go. You don't have a whole lot of control on here. Let's see. You have your ISO or ASA right here. You have a little switch right here, and you rotate that switch. I'll try to focus on that, but that's how you change your ASA or ISO. Right now it's on ISO 100. No, that's 1000. But I had it on ISO 400 because I was using Kodak Ultra Max, which is a 400 ISO film, and I'll show you some sample pictures. But before we do that, we gotta kind of determine what the other switches do on here. You have a button right here, and I'm pretty sure you can guess what that is. That opens up the camera. Right there, that opens it up. And if you want to rewind, this is the feature that is probably going to confuse you the most. You have an unlock button right here. And what you do is you press down that unlock button and press the switch to the left. And this is a little bit hard to manage, but that's how you rewind the film after you get finished shooting. I carried this camera with me to work, to church, to Buffalo Wild Wings on a UFC night for the testing of this camera. This is the first roll through this camera, and this is what a 90s vintage camera, I think. I'll annotate it in, I'll look it up. But yeah, this is an old camera, and so there hasn't been any film in it in a long time. Anyways, that's kind of the overview of the camera, and this is kind of your little light meter thing right here. It's neat. It's not going to be my go-to camera because a lot of the cameras I use, I try to take kind of artsy photos. If you need a fun saver, this is a good fun saver, and you can probably do some interesting things with it if you're more skilled than me. But the iPhone kind of eclipses this. It's definitely, you know, cool, it's fun. You know, if you like shooting different film stocks and you want to get those really weird, you know, maybe black and white, or you want to get like some of those lomography things that are monochromatic. You can get some weird looks with this, you know, some unique things. But I have no real use for this, but you know, it's fun to play with, and that's kind of the fun of the hobby, is using old, outdated cameras and try to get the best image possible out of them. Usually I use a Veronica S2 or a Holga or you know, a Kodak Brownie Hawkeye to get some unique looks. But this was a fun little project, but it's, like I said, it's not my favorite. It was fun, but it's not going to be my go-to. Now let's show you some of the pictures. Hello YouTube, I'm back again. Gonna go through some of the photos and give a little bit of commentary. Just to let you know, usually, and I mean usually, I send my film to the Dark Lab. It's a online developing lab. You send your film to the lab, they develop it, they send you prints. If you want prints, they send you scans. And I do that because I mostly shoot medium format. Because this was 35mm and this is just a test roll where I'm just boarding through film, I sent it through Walgreens. So the quality is going to be lower, and also don't have scans to beam up to the camera, so I'm going to be showing you manually the old school way. So this is my brother Matt. This is at night, and this is with a flash. You can see his face is kind of blown out. This is a decent picture. Now, it's not quite as sharp as I'd like, but it's a lot sharper in person than it is me showing you through this camera. I don't think I can focus this in where it looks as good as it does in person. But anyways, this is downtown. You got the Pines Theater. This is a decent photo. If you wanted to send this as a postcard, this would be a legitimate photo if it was, you know, if the sky was prettier. But this is a restaurant downtown. It's a Italian restaurant. I think I used flash in this one. You can see that you have a little flash color right there. Picture's a little bit blown out, but it's not bad. It looks decent. You know, definitely a decent picture for a point and shoot. This is at the same restaurant. This is their bar top, or their bar, and I have no clue what happened here. It looks like that it took a long exposure, because it looks like it has some kind of wavy, kind of light painting effect to it. So the shutter was a little bit slow on this one, and I don't know how to control that on this camera. I really didn't go through, I didn't really look at the manual, go through detailed instructions. I just got the gist of it and I went shooting. So keep that in mind. And this is at my church. Again, it had a hard time metering at this point. This is during the worship service. And so you can't really see any detail, but it's cool. This is a cool picture. Like, this is at the church. This is after, you know, the service. And I took pictures of the Christmas trees, the Jesus sign, and the Carpenter's Way sign. Turned out really good. It's very legible, and I think it did a good job on this one. This is a decent photo. If I was posting a photo for the church on their website or whatever, this would work. This is the nativity scene, and I think it's a little bit blown out, but you know, there's a lot of lights kind of illuminating this. So again, you know, the camera might just have a little bit of issue metering with all this kind of random lighting that's all through the place. This is at Buffalo Wild Wings. It's a little bit soft, and this is a dark sports bar. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it's a sports bar. It's not well lit. It has a lot of neon signs, TVs. So this is going to be a tricky area to meter, but I got some decent photos. And again, I think that the exposure might have been a little bit long. Not on these. These are good. But I think I have another photo where the exposure was a little bit longer than I expected. This is a cool photo, Shiner. It's the Shiner advertisement neon light. Turned out very well, very legible. Again, see this photo, I want to say the exposure was a little bit long, because the light has a little bit of wiggle and it's a little bit blurry. It might not be that, but I want to say it is. And this is the Christmas tree at my work. We just had our Christmas party today, and I took my newest old camera, newest to me camera. Well, actually, it's my second newest to me camera. This is my newest to me camera, and I burned through a roll of black and white film Pan 100, and I'm getting that developed right now. You can see we have some kind of vignetting right here, but overall that's a very legible picture, and it's, you know, it's obviously lit up, again using Kodak Ultramax 400 ISO. And for me, not being real familiar with the camera, I'm pretty pleased with some of the photos. Now I have some other photos I'm going to just show you, and these are not good. I tried to focus in on my dog, or actually it's my mom's dog, and it didn't do that too well. This is the Italian restaurant, taking a picture at the wine selection, and it's very soft. It's extremely soft. This is just a repeat at the Buffalo Wild Wings, and yeah, that's the dog trying to eat. But yeah, got some really good photos, got some, you know, not so good photos, and like I said, it's more of snapshots. I'm not really making photos, I'm taking snapshots. So just keep that in mind. It's not like I'm really working hard to get the best picture possible, because to me that kind of defeats the purpose. That's not what a point and shoot is necessarily for. Although people do that with Holgas and Dianas and stuff like that. Anyways, that's kind of my experience with the camera. If you want a closer look at this camera, this is your on-off switch. This has something to do with a timed photo and focus. I don't really know how to use that. That's how you post up your flash. You press that and pull this to the side, and it's really to rewind your film. There's your exposure counter or your frame counter. That's your shutter, and right here is, I don't know if you can see this, it's black on black and it's kind of low contrast, but that's how you change your ASA or ISO. Let's see if I can get that to focus. You can see that move. So that's it, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Austin Culbertson, and I'm out.